Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be talking about the best travel drone for beginners. Welcome once again to the Drone Transit, where we make videos about drones and travel and sometimes a bit of both. Now on this channel we will do reviews, guide, maybe a bit of vlogs in the world of drones and travel. Sometimes we may talk a little bit about lifestyle and other tech as well. But for the most part we'll talk about drones and travel. So if you do like the content over here, feel free to drop a like. A subscribe button is available for you to press, and click the bell icon to get notifications so that you get access to awesome videos that come from yours truly. Now straight into the topic today, we're going to be talking about the best travel drones available out there for beginners, keyword being for beginners. Now to me, what defines as a travel drone is something that is portable, good enough to capture decent pictures, maybe somewhere aperture of about f2.8 or maybe even f4. And when it comes to videos, maybe something that has the ability to capture 1080p, P, not B, and at a minimum frame rate of 60 frames per second. Some information about me: I have been flying professional drones for the past 2 to 3 years, but I actually haven't owned my own personal drone. So recently I acquired a personal drone to help out with some of my aerial shots for my travel videos. And I kind of just want to go through the process and the considerations that I had to take before I decided which drone was the best for me. So in this video, we will be talking a lot about the different factors that I considered, and hopefully you can learn something about it. Now, despite my level of professionalism in the drone flying industry, I don't consider myself to be a crazy expert when it comes to consumer drones. Therefore, I believe that the considerations that I make would line very well with the beginners out there, so hopefully you can learn something as well. Right off the bat, we have the DJI Spark, and I love it. It is extremely portable, super small as well. You can practically put it inside a small backpack and you can whip it out and you have a drone in your hands. Hopefully this tracks my hand. Now the full drone itself is just slightly bigger than the palms of my hand. Then again, I have really small palms, so I don't know if this is an accurate measurement. The cool thing about this bad boy is that you actually don't need any controller to fly it. It uses this DJI technology where you can actually use hand gestures to control it, and you know, in every way it actually kind of reminds me like the Jedi's utilizing the force within them. Now I'm really sorry guys, I didn't realize that the stupid light behind me was blinding the video image. Let me just check it again. Is it blinding the video image? It's not. It's supposed to be a backlight, but I kind of messed it up and didn't do it properly. I'm really sorry. Next we have the Mavic Air. Now this is slightly bigger than the DJI Spark itself. But the cool thing about this drone is that you can actually fold in the propellers itself. Sorry, not the propellers, but the arms. And it becomes this really solid rectangular shape. We'll talk more about the dimensions later on in this video. And it also comes in a really cool case, which allows you to put it in your backpack, and it protects the drone itself. I don't know about you, but when it comes to me, I travel quite a lot for work, and I am not the best person when it comes to preventing objects from banging onto me. That sounds extremely wrong. That was not my intention, but you get what I mean. Stuff in backpack always hits objects. Last but not least, we have the Mavic Pro. Now the Mavic Pro actually came out in October 2016, and I know that recently we launched the Mavic 2 and the Mavic Zoom. When I say we, I meant the drone industry, not me. I don't work for DJI at all. But if DJI wants to send me free products, I'm not complaining. Anyway, back to topic. While the drone itself, the Mavic Pro of course, does not contain some of the newer features from the Spark and the Air, such as some of the hand gestures which are not included, and also it only has one collision sensor as compared to the DJI Mavic Air, which is 2 at the front and at the back. Sorry, the front and the side. It does, however, have an advantage compared to the Mavic Air, It has a flight time of 27 minutes as compared to the Mavic Air's 21 minutes. It also has a longer transmission range at 7 kilometers compared to the Mavic Airs of 5 kilometers. So it gives you a little bit of that 2 kilometer buffer distance, which you can fully utilize to do your hyperlapses and things that require you to travel really far with your drone. I'm really sorry for the noise outside. I'm in my hotel room and it's just crazy that they're doing room service at like 7:15 p.m. So when it comes to the technical specifications, I really just want to compare some specific factors as this video is getting a little bit long. So for today, we will only be comparing the payload, the flight time, and finally, the dimensions. These are just my personal opinion and how I would compare these 3 different UAVs and the considerations for choosing one of them. But really, I think in reality, you would need more factors and depending on what you want, which could be very different from what I want, you would require your own set of considerations. Oh my god, shut up. Sorry about that. And finally, for the technical specifications for the DJI Mavic Pro, we're looking at same thing, a 12 megapixel camera, same sensor size as the Spark and the Air, but an f2.2 aperture lens at 28 millimeters. So a little bit narrower compared to the Spark and the Air. Now being a slightly older drone, the Pro can only capture 4K video at about 24 frames per second. But really, for most videos these days, 1080p is sufficient, and at 60 FPS, you can really get a lot out of it. When I say a lot, I mean things like speed ramping and slow-mo shots, of course. The bitrate, however, is slightly lower at 60 megabits per second. So as you can see, this is only because this is an older drone and the Air is a 2017/2018 model. I'm gonna correct myself in the video if I'm wrong. Now the flight time for the Pro is amazing at 27 minutes. That is considerably long, significantly longer in fact compared to the Mavic Air. 6 more minutes of flight time, man, you can do a lot of things with it. Dimensions for the Pro are as follows. Folded, it is 198 by 83 by 83 mm, and unfolded, slightly bigger and wider, 305 by 244 by 85 mm. So with all that being said, we have all the technical specifications all listed out. We can now decide which one is the best drone for us, well, based on my considerations, of course. Now for the Spark. The Spark is amazing. It's an extremely portable drone. Man, you could put it in your backpack, take it out, and you can simply just fly like that. But what really bothers me is its flight time. But I understand it is a smaller drone. The battery capacity is definitely going to be smaller and significantly lesser compared to the Mavic Pro or the Mavic Air. But really, the payload is what really turns me off. 1080p at only 30 frames per second is a little bit not as modern for a rather modern drone. Then again, this is because I love speed ramping and making slow-mo shots, so that additional FPS at 1080p could actually help me. I know, and YouTube, it actually compresses your quality, so 1080p isn't really 1080p, but really I just want to maximize the quality of my videos in the future and also what I have recorded so far. The Pro, it's amazing. It's extremely durable. It has good reviews so far. After 2 years, people have used it for professional use, travel use, and the images and videos that come out of its payload is extremely stunning. However, the downside is its size. Now, as amazing as the videos may be, or the images may be good as well, I'm not a fan of a bulky drone. See, the thing is, I have an A7R, and when I vlog with it, I find it extremely bulky. If I were to consider that with a slightly larger drone, then really I'm just putting a lot of shit in my backpack. Then again, if you have a large backpack and you love carrying tons of bulky equipment, it is entirely up to you to choose the Pro, but for me, I prefer something portable and decent enough in terms of quality of images and videos. That leaves us with the DJI Air, Mavic Air. Amazing drone. Needless to say, it has the full capabilities, or well, I'd say most of the capabilities of the Mavic Pro, having able to capture at least 1080p at 60 frames per second, and it's almost as portable in terms of its size compared to the DJI Spark. This, in my opinion, is the best beginner drone for 2018. But what about the Mavic 2 and the Mavic Zoom? Well, you see, those two drones, they're pretty new, and the Hasselblad payload may be amazing, but honestly, I don't recommend beginners to get that because the prices for the Air is going to drop for sure with the Mavic 2 coming out. And really, you're getting quite a bunch of deals with the Mavic Air. I got free batteries with the Fly More combo, and I can't be more than happy. And really, it's kind of like, so as I was saying, it's kind of like the rule of diminishing returns, where the higher you go in the spectrum of a costly equipment or item, the returns gets lesser and lesser. And in my case, the Air fits perfectly. It definitely fits perfectly for beginners who wants a travel drone to go with them. I don't recommend the Spark, mostly because of its pretty shitty flight time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I don't think for most casual travelers that want a travel drone, that the actual resolution matters or the frame rate matters. But I would think that the flight time would make a huge impact. And with the Mavic Air, you get a really portable bag. You know what? Let me just show you. Just give me a second. So if you look at it over here, you can actually see the Mavic Air itself. It comes with a really nice case. It's extremely hard as well, so it protects from collisions. So yeah, amazing drone, portable, very good payload. Well, good enough for me. What more can you ask? Decent price as well. Then again, I've been known to be a really cheapskate. So putting it all together, I chose the Mavic Air because of its payload, because of its portability, and it's cheaper than the Mavic 2 and the Mavic Zoom, and I can get most of the features out of it. I did talk about how I would address why you shouldn't really get the Mavic 2 and the Mavic Zoom. Now, I will talk more about this in another video, but I will just lightly touch on it. Now with the Mavic 2, you're getting a decent size payload. While straight up, Hasselblad cameras are the best. It has this medium format sensor, which is bigger than a full frame sensor, and it's amazing. But really, I don't need that kind of shit for the pictures that I take. I don't do these travel photos and videos professionally. I just do them because I love making them. I don't get paid for them, so as long as it's a good memento for me and my girlfriend, I'm happy. But for you, maybe you're a professional photographer or videographer, then maybe you can actually reap the full benefits of the Mavic 2. Now, as for the Mavic Zoom, I'm not really convinced with the whole like dolly feature. I have seen it being done with the Mavic Air with some editing on Premiere Pro. For me to pay an extra price tag just for that, I am not very convinced. And yes, the optical zoom would make your video shots a little bit more creative, but again, the price tag just doesn't justify for me. Now I know I'm making it sound like the price tag is the only consideration over here, but I am kind of like an 80-20 kind of person. I prefer to pay 20% to get 80% returns than to pay 100% to get 100% returns. Okay, this video is getting long. Long story short, the Mavic Air is my choice. And if you have the same considerations as me, choose the drone. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe and stay tuned for more videos from the Drone Transit. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, man. Also, this is how my setup actually looks like with the lavalier microphone over here. And I'm actually using the lights, the night lights from the ones beside my bed for my real light.